Hi friends, this is Ashish. In this video, we will learn about how can we create database and create table in SQL Server Management Studio using T-SQL. To give a demo, I will go to SQL Server Management Studio. So as you can see that I am already connected to my local server. Uh, in the database folder, I can see all the already existing databases. So in the right space, I have query editor window open where I will run create database commands from the very basic command to the very advanced command, and will check how database is getting created. So I'm hiding this object explorer window. So the text editor window that you can see now has very basic create database command. So in the whole command, what we are doing, we are first coming under the master database context. The go command will start the new batch. The dbid command here takes database name and give us the database ID. If database exists, it gives us the valid database ID, otherwise it will give null. So if database do not exist, then we are dropping the database here using drop database command, and in the new batch we are creating the database again. So I'm just checking if we have my test already in this server or not. Yes, we have my test database because it is giving valid data dbid. So if we run this command, it will first drop the database my test and recreate it again using create database. So I can also see my test database under database folder. Yes. So because this is the very basic command, it will use all the default settings. By default, only one data file and one log file will get created. We can also see the file level information like file name and file size using another table system view sys.master underscore files. So using this view, we can see my test database name and size information database files. So if I run this command, I can see we have two files, one data file, one log file, and we also have size information. So it took default size. In a variation of this command, we can also give uh, set uh, attributes for the database that we are creating. Like for data files and for log files, we can give name of the file, file path, size of the file, max size of the file, file growth in MB or megabyte. So if I run this command, it will again create two files, one data file with the name my test underscore date of size 10 MB and another log file with the name my test underscore log and size 5 MB. I can verify the same using the same sys.master underscore file view. Yes, we have two files. One data file is 10 MB, log file is of 5 MB. Another variation of create database command is this. Here we are creating three data files and two log files. One data file will always be master data file with an extension .mdf. Other data files will be secondary data files with an extension .ndf. Log files will always have extension as .ldf. So here I created my test database. It consists of three data files in primary file group. Set all the attributes of these files. It also contains two log files. When I run this command, my test database will again dropped and created again. And if I verify using master underscore files view, I have five files, two log, three data, having 100 MB size as specified in the command. Okay. The last variation of create database is we can also create database consist of multiple data files in multiple file groups. Like in this specific example, I'm creating my test database and creating six data files, two files in primary file group, next two files in my test group 1, next two files is my test group 2. So I've created two new file groups also here. So I am creating six data file in three file groups and one log file. So overall I will be having seven files. If I run this command and check the newly created my test database file details, I will run master underscore files view and I can see seven files, one log file, another data files. So this is all about create database statement. Now we will quickly go to the create table statement. So now we know that we have created my test database. So to create a table in this database, we need to first come under this database context. If I run this use my test command, I will come under my test context. I can verify this using looking at this drop down also. So first we will check if employee table already exists or not using object id function. So this function takes object name and object type and gives if we have that type object already no or not. So because we do not have employees user table, u is for user type, so that is why object id should give for employees table a null value. Yes. So we will create the table now. If I run the whole command, it will create the table employees for me. So the command syntax is like this: create table, the table name. Remember that we need to specify schema qualified name, although it is not mandatory, but it is a good practice to use schema qualified table name always. So dbo is the schema, employees is the table name. Create table dbo dot employees, open bracket, within a bracket we will specify column details. So we will specify column name, its data type, and its nullability. Like for employee id we have column name employee id, data type integer, and nullability not null. It means employee will have integer value and it will not accept null value. Same as we have first name, data type varchar 30, nullability not null, and others also. So now we have seven column in this table. We have already run this query, so we should have employees table created. So we can see that all the seven headers in the result, we do not see any row because we do not have any data in this table now, but because we can see the header, it means table is already created. So this is all about how can we create database and tables in SQL Server. I hope you like this video. Please share and like us in YouTube if you like it, and we will come again with a new video. Thanks.